Good morning everyone and welcome to the Trade Talk podcast. Today we will be discussing trading strategies for Nifty and Bank Nifty as it's a weekly expiry day, as well as highlighting a few stocks that are expected to perform well. Before that, let's go through with the global cues as they are setting the broader trend for the market. Yesterday, on the back of specific announcement from the Fitch about change in the rating for US has actually invited a huge amount of selling pressure across the world for equities. We saw good amount of selling in almost all the indices. Today, Asian equities fell following heavy selling in the US stock market, and long dated treasuries as a hot as labor market put pressure on the Fed to maintain restrictive policy. US futures are recovering from the lows, but they are up nominally 30-40 points. The S&P 500 also posted its worst day since April on Wednesday. If we go through with the 10-year bond yield, then there we saw again one more upward activity, and it closed at 4.09 compared to 4.05, which is a concerning. Now if we go through with our markets, then there also we saw deep decline from the levels of 19,700 all the way the market fell to 19,420. It was a fall of 320 points. But towards the end, because of the oversold activity during the day, we saw some recovery and market managed to close above the mark of 19,500. So maybe in the first half, if there is any further more short covering or some reversal activity, then we may see the levels of 19,550 or 600. But while looking at the entire pattern of the market, I don't think that the market will sustain above the levels of 19,550. It will come back, and in case if it breaks 19,400, then in that case we should look for creating some short positions, as in it may fall to the next levels of 19,300 or 250, where it adds good amount of support zone. But currently we are of the view that we need to be careful. In fact, we should look for creating some short positions at higher levels close to 19,550 or 600 levels with a stop loss at 19,650. For the Bank Nifty, there also we saw deep decline. It has broken almost all its important level. 45,000 also was not the 45,000 has also not offered any support, and it closed below the same. So the next level to watch out for would be 44,500. There the Bank Nifty is having excellent support. So if we compare 44,500, then it is something 19,300 level on the Nifty. So there the market is having excellent support, and if we see the market is dropping to those levels, then there we should look for taking some contra bets. But if there is any rebound in the first half, then 19,550 600 is the level to create some short positions. And for the Bank Nifty, 45,200. Nifty IT index was also down, but it recovered quickly when there was recovery in the market. So maybe 30,200, 250 is going to act as resistance, and support would be around 29,800 and 600. So there also 29,600 is the area or is the level where we should be buyer in selective stocks. Apart from these indices, we saw selling in almost all the indices except pharma and chemicals. There we are expecting some activity from the pharma space. Mankind, NH, as well as Divi's Laboratories, Lupin Laboratories, they recovered very well from their immediate lows, and furthermore activity is more likely if we see some momentum in the market. Otherwise, we are expecting some sideways sort of activity. For pharma companies, Navin Fluorine, Atul Industries, which did well in the last 2 days, there we are expecting some action. But for the time being, it is better to focus more on the larger stocks or maybe A group stocks. And finally, from the auto and from the BFSI space, most of the stocks fell to their immediate lows. Furthermore, weakness is more likely, more possible because the broader market is under profit taking pressure. So we can expect further more losses for banks as well as auto companies, and we are also expecting some weakness for power companies. But for the power companies, we are of the view that today if we see the market is falling to the next level of 19,300, then there we should look for taking some contra bets in the power industry. So broadly, the markets are going to uh, remain under some selling pressure, and below the levels of 19,400, we are expecting further more weakness. That's the broader view. And that's all from my side for the day. With this, I am ending today's Trade Talk podcast. Thank you very much for listening me, and have a great day to all of you.